And for more on the Trump administration's immigration policies, we're joined by former New York State DHS advisor Michael Balboni. Mike, thank you for taking time. I really want to get your insight because when you held that job, you were really living during the migrant crisis in New York, particularly New York City, where President Trump and the DOJ have now sued over their sanctuary policies. I asked President Trump about that yesterday. Here's what he told me. Listen here.
That's DOJ going against New York, but we're going against a lot of other places too. We want to bring safety to our cities, but that's going to be a pretty routine filing with other cities too. As you know, we've started numerous lawsuits with other cities. We want to bring safety. We've got to get the criminals out, and we're doing it in record numbers.
So clearly the message there, Mike, is that he's just getting started, not stopping with New York City, but take us inside really what the sanctuary city policies did to New York.
So it's just amazing. This is a president who ran on this issue. He said, I'm going to close the border, which he has. And then he said, I'm going to deport millions of individuals who are here illegally. Well, he hasn't deported millions, but he's deported a tremendous number, and he's focused predominantly on folks who've committed crimes. Now, you talk to any of the victims of any of these crimes, they sit and they say, you know what, this is completely preventable. If these individuals weren't in the country, then this wouldn't have happened to my son or daughter. It wouldn't happen to my family member. And so in New York City, the sanctuary city law really took place in 1989 with the initial, it was actually done by the mayor and the city council by executive order, where they basically said, we're not going to work with the federal immigration officials. And then it even became more direct when Bill de Blasio came in 2014, who said, we are not going to share any information, and we're not even going to support the use of a detainer for individuals. This was all, again, with the numbers nowhere near what they were in the last couple of years in New York City, when the city saw itself as a place to attract these individuals. Now, with crime the top issue for voters, this is a real issue for the Democrats here in New York City to sit there and say, well, so if you don't like what ICE is doing, what's your plan?
Yeah, and you mentioned detainers. Excuse me, we can show our viewers, literally in just the past 6 months of the second Trump administration, you have more than 6,000 detainers lodged in New York City compared to under 9,500 for the entire 4 years of the Biden administration. That's a 400% increase. Mayor Adams has struggled, I think, a little bit to walk a fine line, Michael, on this. He said, on the one hand, he supports going after the criminal aliens, but then again, it's a very liberal Democrat city. Here's some of what he had to say.
We don't control who come across the border, but we must make sure that citizens or non-documents or whomever is that's in the city get the services they deserve. When people use the term of sanctuary city, what we're saying is that you have a right with your tax dollars to get the resources you deserve. Now, it doesn't mean we will ever protect those who commit crimes like who shot the Customs Border Patrol.
Your thoughts?
So the Mayor Adams is in a tough position. He sat with Tom Homeland on Fox and talked about the fact that he was supportive of the effort to get rid of these violent criminals. But yet at the same time, his hands are tied in the sense that the city council is not moving on any type of law that would change the nature of the sanctuary city. It is clear from the lawsuit that the Department of Justice has filed that immigration is in the bailiwick of the federal government, not the state. And the state doesn't have to, or the city doesn't have to help do the immigration enforcement, but they certainly can't impede it. And that is what the White House is alleging the city is doing through the sanctuary city policies.
Yeah, and Tom Homan, border czar, says he's going to, quote, flood the zone. We'll see where it goes. Mike Balboni, thank you for taking time.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.